What I found. So, on episode 10, by the way, welcome to episode 11. On episode 10, we discovered that the front sump oil pan would not work, as I figured from the beginning. So, the hunt for a rear sump began. And what do you know? Look what that thing is right there. Oh, yeah. I actually traded my front sump oil pan for a rear sump oil pan. I found a guy on Facebook. Shout out to Samuel. He had a green wide body Z and a couple other Zs, and a super cool dude. But anyways, he's gonna be 2J swapping a Nissan 240 SX to make another drift car, and he needed a front sump. So I said, well, I'll trade you my front sump plus a little cash on top, and bam. Now he got what he needed and I got what I need. So let's bolt this bad boy on here and see what kind of clearance I got and see what we can make out of it. And it's on. I only put on with 4 bolts and left the pan off because there's not really any point in putting it all together. Mainly need it for test fitting only, and it looks phenomenal in there, and definitely way better as far as clearance wise. I think me cutting out the ears for the transmission brackets for the stock transmission probably wasn't enough. There's a whole nother section on the inside of it. You can't really see it here, but it's on the inside of right here, and you can kind of see it right, if it'll focus. You can kind of see that corner right there. It's just a whole nother channel that goes all the way up. I didn't think I'd have to mess with that, but if I do, that's really not a problem. I can just peel the sound deadening off on both sides because I don't really want to cook it, and cut it out. And then, I mean, nothing's really stopping me from doing the hardcore fabrication work as far as engine mounts, mounting system for the transmission. Once I have that, then the rear diff set up where I'm going to be putting that, and then taking measurements to make my own drive shaft. Look at what kits I'm going to need from either Techno Tuning or some other companies that make custom control arms for the rear and the front, and go from there. But yeah, that was a big piece that I was definitely needing to be able to continue this build, and I guess the stars aligned and I just happened to find one. So let's keep this thing moving. Now that we got those cut out, shocker, now it's dark outside. That's all they were. Focus, there we go. Just the leftover pieces that I thought I wasn't gonna have to cut out, but I'm pretty happy with this location of where it's at right now. I simply just got a piece of angle iron and drilled the holes to match the oil pan, or the oil girdle, whatever you want to call it. To start taking actual measurements to be able to make engine mounts, and I took the dots and cross member off right here, and I'm going to cut the stock engine mounts off just for fun because I'm not going to be using them, and I'm going to just make it a more roomy engine base, or I don't know, anything else I might be snaking around in the engine bay, whether it's the fuel lines or I don't know. I can't think of a good reason besides the fact that I want more space. I want this to be a really open and clean engine bay. So I'm going to be cutting off all the little tabs and smoothing everything out and fixing all this. So this will be perfectly smooth. That'll be perfectly smooth. So without random engine mounts on there, it'll look a lot cleaner. And as far as engine mounts for the 2J go, we're going to be using these four are gonna be coming straight off, and then I'm gonna get a piece of angle iron that's probably gonna be that long. I'm gonna weld it to the frame right here, the frame rail on both sides, and we're gonna get the same tubing that I made the roll cage out of. Well, it's not in the car anymore, but use that same tubing from the roll cage. I think it's 1.5 inch tubing, 1/8 inch wall, something like that. And I'll have it at an angle from here to the frame, so it'll be coming off. It's probably, I don't know, 9 inches, 9.5 inches, something like that. And I'll put a rubber bushing at the bottom of it. It'll be a little custom mount thing. But for now, let's cut those engine brackets off for the L26 and move on to the next thing. That's why it's called the death wheel. Alright, I'm gonna call it a night after that. And before you guys get all bent out of shape saying, oh, that MIG weld was cold, I intentionally made it a little cold. As you can see, I went a little too far on cutting out the welds with the cutting wheel for the engine mounts. So I simply just filled up the groove that was there, and I'm gonna grind it off and you'll never even know it was there. I gotta do another little spot right there, you can see it. Because this is all gonna be bead blasted and powder coated, and I want it as smooth and as clean as possible. So, big old gouge right in the front, ain't gonna do it. So, filled it up, I'm gonna grind it off, and I'm gonna call it a night. And today's actually my birthday, so I kind of spoiled myself, and look what I bought. That is what my goal is for when this car is done. Almost the same tone of red that I'm looking for. Might be a little bit lighter, but a two-tone dark maroon-ish red. And the reason I got this is because I like the way the flares fit on it. I like that fitment. I like that super aggressive fitment on there. And that's exactly what I'm going for. So I'll show you some goofy, quirky little pics that I took of the Mini Z and the Big Z. And later on, once this car is further along and when I do get it painted, I'm gonna drop this off at the paint shop with them, and hopefully they can paint this little Z the exact same color as this wide body Z, and I'll have this as like a little dash ornament or something cute. But yeah, pretty freaking cool. So all right, Take it easy, guys. I will see you on episode 12. Hopefully we'll be getting some engine mounts in there, or making some transmission brackets, but whatever. We'll be making something. So take it easy, you guys. See ya. Bye.